Hello and welcome to a new video. It has been absolutely ages since I filmed a video. I think it turns out summer is a lot and I don't function in a heat wave. So there's not been much art. There's not been much of anything really. Yeah, I've got my eldest son back home from university. That's been a lot of work, moving him out of his apartments and sorting everything. But I think we're getting there. So I'm ready for a mid-year reset. So what I thought I would do today is go through my June sketchbook. It's not completely full this month. I've got some pages that I'll use for sort of scrap ideas and things. Most of what I've done in June is trees with the Blue Shine Art Club. I started off with the idea just to sketch lots of trees using different mediums, and that is what I've done really. This one was just a micron pen, very scribbly. I do like a scribbly art style, and completely different the next day. I did a gouache painting. That actually might be the same day. I started off doing a few different ones each day. So I quite like that one. Then this one was just some leftover gouache, and I was trying to use negative space with neo colours, which made for a very odd shaped tree. And then this one was just a graphite pencil, which I quite like. I still don't think my darks are dark enough. I like how the little stand turned out. Markers and neo colours. Again, just using a limited palette, trying to find the negative shape. This, I think, is just coloured pencils and markers. Very quick and simple on day 3. I must have been quite busy. And again, markers. I did do quite a lot on day 3. Actually, I think we were meeting up and I did this while we were on a co-working call. I do find that helps me to do more art, joining co-working calls. Day 4 was just some simple thumbnail sketches. Quite liked how this one turned out. Markers and coloured pencils. Often my favourite combination. These were very loose sketches, very loose thumbnails. This one I tried to do gouache. I don't think I quite got the tree right. I find them trees very tricky. This one I liked. Again, I think we did that on a co-working session. I should always be on a co-working session. This one's got some nice colours in it. I quite like that one. Gouache. The traditional gouache, not acrylic gouache. Super simple markers. Fine liner, I think, on that one as well. I don't think I ever got back to finishing that one. It looks a little unfinished. Then I tried to do a graphite sketch. I find doing trees, like looking up at trees, quite a challenge. I think this was a white, like a tree that had a lot of white blossom on it. So I just tried to show that with the blue background, the blue sky poking through. This one I quite like. Very colourful. Watercolour in the background, and then a lot of mixed media, probably coloured pencils and neo colours. Markers, a little bit abstract, that one. Again, another super colourful mixed media one. Quite like that though. This one was a gouache and I didn't like it, and I just got like a piece of kitchen roll and just scrubbed the gouache paint, and when it dried it sort of left a lovely texture, and then I went back and worked on it some more, but it has given a lot of texture, which I really like. Another simple one, quite a tricky tree, a Joshua tree. This was watercolour. I think it was just watercolour, and I quite like that one. Mixed media. Not happy with the proportions on that one. And then day 12, this is actually on watercolour paper, and I've stuck it in. And at the time, I wasn't massively a fan of these, but I quite like how it turned out. I think I did another one a bit later on. And then I did mixed media. I like that one. That's the same one, so that's in watercolour on watercolour paper, and then that's mixed media. Very different styles, but I like them both. And then I was feeling a bit uninspired, and I watched a YouTube video on limitations, and I decided to just use charcoal, and this is where things got very messy. I love the look of charcoal, I love using it, but I don't like the mess, and I haven't sprayed these yet because who has time for that? But I think I probably am going to need to, otherwise I'll end up never looking in the sketchbook again. So yeah, these were great fun. And then this one, I used the charcoal and then tried to erase and find the tree. Kind of worked. Ugh, the mess. I always try and put something in between the pages. I like the composition of this one. I think it's a nice image. Again, looking up, very difficult. I quite like that one. It was hard to make that tree look like a shadow and not another tree. Should have maybe been a bit paler. Oh, I haven't wrote the information about this, but I did start another challenge, and I combined the two challenges together. So it was daily trees with 7 days of colour week with Teresa. I'll link her handle down below because I can't remember it. So the first day was yellow. So I painted the whole page yellow and then worked with the charcoal on top, which I really liked how that worked. So I did the same. The next day was shell pink. Love that one. Turquoise blue. I think I did that the same way. Can't remember. We had cobalt blue. I think I might have used ultramarine. This one, I was getting so sick of the charcoal that I used the art graph stick, which is lovely, but I don't think it was quite as dark as I would have liked for that one. And this day was buff titanium, which is pretty much similar colour to this paper. So again, I used a bit of charcoal and a bit of the art graph as well. And then day 27, we could choose 4 colours, sorry. And I think I ended up putting all the colours in this one, but it's fun. It's not very realistic, but it's a fun one. So when that challenge was finished, I decided to just do a simple one, and that is just markers, I think. Yeah. And this one was watercolour and neo colours, which I quite liked. And I think this was the last day. Yep. And I just used a colour erase pencil in brown. I do really like those pencils. They were all the rage about 5 years ago, but I like the colours that they come in. So that has pretty much been... I'm doing a bit of sketching of leaves in the back. And that's about it, really. So yeah, that has been my June trees. Let me know what you've been working on and which tree you think worked out the best. Yeah, so I'm planning on doing another video, maybe a mid-year reset, and looking forward to the next half of the year. So take care, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.